and action. Hi, welcome to workout 3 of Team New Balance Manchester's little home workouts. Today both Adam and Jip are going to help us display some of our exercises. So we thought today we would work on some of our weaknesses. As middle and long distance runners, maybe our arms aren't the strongest part of our body, so we're having a laugh while we're currently in the house and trying to improve that upper arm strength. So we're going to do a little arm burner of press ups, dips and pull ups. So it's a bit of a laugh and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So up front and first we're going to try some press ups. So I think everybody knows the press up position. We did these whenever we're going press up into our side plank. So get into a good position. You're going to come down into a press up and back up. So this is pretty hard in fairness. Adam just makes it look easy. But if you can't do that, you can make it a little bit easier by going off your knees and maintaining that nice straight posture. So here I'd say, Adam, maybe tuck your tummy, your butt down a little bit more, and yeah. So another alternative that you can do if you find the full press up too hard but going off the knees too easy is to use a chair, or in this case a sofa. So you're going to just get into the press up position with your arms on the sofa and you're going to come down and up. And that's a nice little transition from the really hard to the really, well, from the really easy to the really hard. So up next, we're going to work on our triceps and we're going to do some tricep dips. So you can do this at home using your sofa, using a chair in your kitchen, whichever's handy, pretty much at this height. So Adam's going to demonstrate. He's going to get up onto the chair and you're kind of in like a little seated position. You're going to dip down and back up. And it's that easy. So keep yourself nice and controlled on the way down and the way up, and eventually you'll feel a bit of a burn at the back of your arms. Okay, so up next we're going to try a little fun exercise we thought we would try. With a press up you're doing a push, and a dip that you're doing a push. It's always good to get a pull exercise too, which is hard to get in your own house. So we've improvised by getting 2 kitchen chairs and our floor brush. Make sure whenever you're doing this that you stay safe. So the height isn't too much, but whenever you do it, just make sure you're in a safe position. So Adam's going to put his hands on either side of the brush. This helps it not snap. So keeping your hands out wide will help that brush stay nice and together. We don't need to go to the shop for a new brush. So doing the pull up, you're going to bring your chest to the bar, pulling your 2 shoulder blades together while you do it. So you're thinking of a nice up straight posture and pulling back with your scapula. So obviously we don't get too much range going off our kitchen chairs, but it's a bit of fun, and see if you try it at home and I'm sure you'll get a burn eventually. Next we're going to hit our lower limb and we're going to do some double leg glute bridging and some lunging. So up first is the double leg glute bridge. Yip's going to demonstrate it on the ground first, and then we're going to transition into a harder one. So whenever you glute bridge, it's really important to really get it from the glutes and you're not using your lower back. So that's a really key message. So what you want to do is squeeze the glutes, roll up from the glutes and come up into a nice straight position. So at no point should you be using the muscles of your lower back. It should all be glutes, and you should feel a nice tense glute muscle at the top. So if you poke your own glute muscle and it's not switched on, you're not doing it right. And then you'll lower back down. So you can do a few sets of this. So roll up and back down. To make this one harder, as we've shown before, you can do a single leg glute bridge, or in this case we're going to use a weighted bag. So I simply have a school bag and we've filled it with a few books. So I'm going to set this on Yip's hips. You can have as much fun at home. If you have kids, you can put them on your hips, get them to stay still and do some glute bridge, and I'm sure they'll enjoy that. So if I set this on Yip's hips, she's just holding it across her pelvis and she's going to come up, really using those glutes, and back down. And if you hold for a couple of seconds at the top, you'll get a little bit more work. Now if you want to transition and make this a little bit harder again, you can get to your sofa, put your shoulder blades across the top of the sofa, so just a bit of the seat. You're going to do the same again. You're going to have your bag on your hips and you're going to bridge up and down. So you're wanting to come to a neutral position. You don't need to go into hyperextension. So just up to a good steady position and back down. And there's a few little ways to make this harder as you progress. Next, we're going to work on a little bit of lunging. So Jip's going to demonstrate a good lunge. You're going to take a step out in front of you and you're going to kneel down, keeping your upper body nice and straight. The knee comes to the ground and back up. So it's important whenever you do this that the front knee doesn't come over your toe. So she comes forward, this knee stays behind the toe and back up. And your body's ultimately coming straight down and straight up. Nice. So you keep your chest up and working on that. So if you find this relatively easy, you can then progress to making it a little bit harder. You can hold a water bottle at the front, or you can get the school bag with books in it and start doing your lunges this way. So it's really important here again to remember keeping your back up nice and straight, good form. You can use your arms to counterbalance and go into your running motion. So we're going to step forward, gently flex down and back up. And once you do a few sets of these, you'll feel a burn.